Pleasant good morning. Welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV. We're located in Frederick, Colorado. I want to thank you guys for tuning in today. And today we're going to go over this 2023 Freightliner M2 106. This one is a Summit hauler conversion. Not to be confused with sport chassis, guys. I've had a lot of customers in the past, or even seen some reviews online where some people walk around the Summit hauler and call it a sport chassis. Sport chassis is a conversion. We got Loretto, you got Western hauler, you got sports truck. We got a whole line of different conversions out here. Similar design on some of those, different interior designs. And of course, with the labels on those trucks will mention to you or relate to you exactly what conversion it is. Typically, that's what happens with those Freightliners. So, same chassis, we got a longer wheelbase. We got a 197 compared to our competition, which is a 198. As you guys can see, it's a little bit of a longer truck. That's one of the cool things about that, because you got a longer bed. Another reason for that, again, you got more storage areas or more storage compartments in here, deeper. We at Transwest, we try to use as much real estate underneath that back of the chassis to allow us to, give more storage. And when we go into that storage compartments, you guys will notice that. On the front end here, you guys can see we have a few lights running on the step all the way back to the back of the truck. Those lights, when they're lit up at night, it does show a really cool truck coming down the road. So with those orange lights with a little bit of a red light on the back end of the truck, just gives you that, you coming down the road type of feel. This one is pre-set up with the CB radio antenna. Again, some people have the option of adding a CB radio. Right here at Transwest in Frederick, we have some cool service department and a cool parts department as well. We have everything in stock. We could get that CB radio installed before you pick up that truck. Another thing we could do here is add whatever hitch you want. When we go back to the end of the back of the truck, we'll kind of show you some of the options when it comes to the hitch. We're gonna continue staying at the door. We do have some cool breakaway mirrors, and again, you see those with the RVs on the Freightliner chassis. Those breakaway mirrors, just imagine you're driving down the road and you hit a branch or whatever, it actually closes itself. And again, once that is done, you could come out and you could actually pull it back in place and not worry with the mirror breaking. It all depends on how hard you hit. I'm not saying it will never break, but again, that's one of the features. It kind of just pulls itself back. The top mirror here is powered and heated. The bottom is manually adjusted. So for people who love to see, what's going on the side of the vehicle, you can adjust this as needed. And of course, up here will be electric. We do have a engine block heater over here, trickle charger over here. One of the ways to differentiate them, every time you see that chrome area here, it will be your engine block heater, and that's how Freightliner differentiate the two plugins. And in the back with the black, and you see Noco. Noco is a big brand for battery chargers and trickle chargers and battery conditioners. So it will be black over here and chrome over here. Another cool feature about Summit Hauler, what we did, we listened to the customer. We created a storage compartment where your fuel is hidden and your depth tank. So underneath here, it is lockable. You pull this button right here, pull it up, and then you have access to one of two 50-gallon tanks. So you have one over here and one on the opposite side. 50 gallons, again, you can see it marked right here. So if in case you buy a truck, you want to know exactly how much gallons of fuel you have, open up or check where the fuel tanks are, look at all the markings on here, and you'll see the total capacity of that particular tank. So when you go to the other tank, then you know exactly how much it is, and you combine them together, and it will give you either 100 gallons, 150, 180, depending on the fuel capacity on here. This is a 6-gallon depth tank. Again, this closes. You can lock it to protect your fuel. As I open up the driver door here, we do have an awesome black interior. Again, a lot of people fancy that interior. Really cool, very comfortable seats. This one does come with lumbar system, heated, and of course the front seats are air ride. That's one of the cool things about this truck. Right underneath that seat, we have the battery cutoff switch. Again, if you're not using the truck for a couple weeks or whatever, you're going on vacation, you lock it up in your garage or wherever, you could actually kill all power to that vehicle. Key access point right here. All your light options, this will turn on your headlights. And of course, right next to it, you have an increase and decrease switch that will increase the brightness on your dash. On the door, one of the cool things that we did, we molded this door panel, and it does have the Summit Hauler logo down here. And of course, we integrated it with those speakers. Again, I think it was better having the speakers on the door. Previously, we had it on the top of the roof area and in the back end, and I'll point that to you when we get in. And it was kind of like pointing towards everybody, but I think having it in the doors creates that sound coming up and into the cab. So I think that's a great idea. And again, with all the information you will need, everything will be on the door panels. We do have information over here and information over here. So cool ways of finding exactly, the GVWR, the year it was manufactured, the year it was built, and that's how it creates either 2021, 2022, 2023, and all that. It is certified to with all 50 states at the moment, so hopefully that continues. So all 50 states it is certified to go into. In the back seat here, we do have that rear bench, and a lot of people love those on those conversions. Having that rear bench that could convert into a sleeper, you do have your switch for that up here. Again, it will lay flat into a bed. It is DOT certified if you're wondering. Those headrests behind the front seats, the headrests, again, if you want entertainment, because of our design on the roof, it's recommended to do the headrest entertainment system. And again, right now I realize I could do it after the fact, and I could have it delivered to you as well. So again, you could have the headrest entertainment system if you desire. So let us know if that's something you want. We could get that installed right here in Colorado. Let's look at the storage boxes I mentioned earlier. Again, guys, you can see the amount of storage real estate we have. We went all the way back. We went all the way to the side just before that wheel well, and of course created that space. There is an airline hose here and an airline supply for your trailer. You want to put air in your tires or whatnot. We got dual tires in the back, and we do have that auto balancer system. So we have auto balances throughout every corner of this truck. Again, it gives you that smooth ride. Again, it auto balances the vehicle as you drive, and of course gives you a longer life on your tires. Another thing that's different with us, we do aluminum beds, not steel beds. So if in case you're wondering, it's a lightweight. We do have a counterweight on this truck, and it will be on the back end of this plate. So we do have a counterweight down here. Again, some awesome LED lights. We do have that diamond plate on here. As you guys can see, the sun could actually get in your eyes with this one. But with the hitch I was mentioning earlier, if you get a closer look here, you'll see some holes already pre-drilled from our factory. Again, just to make it easy if you just want to just put a gooseneck ball on here. Or if you want to do the Hensley trailer saver hitch. It's recommended on both ends if you want to do it. The Hensley trailer saver hitch, it does have an attachment for a gooseneck, so you will ride on air with the airbag supply on that Hensley hitch. And again, remember guys, that truck is on rear air suspension, and again, the cab is on air, and then you have the two front seats on air. So there's a lot of air going on with this truck, and again, with the smoothness and the driving, it is pretty awesome. So, and I always love when I have customers that drove dualies for years and decided to upgrade to one of those, and especially to see the faces of the partner when they're driving is like, oh, I could drive for hours now. I just had a customer recently who bought one, and he typically do either 5 to 9 hours every trip and try to stop. He left here and went to Texas and he went straight 14 hours non-stop. Well, stopped for gas once, but went straight to Texas, and he was like, I didn't even feel like I was driving for a long time. So it does come in very handy having a comfortable ride, especially taking long road trips. The other 50-gallon tank here, again, it is covered and it is lockable. Another cool thing about this, as you guys can see, there's two outdoor or exterior handles. But when you open the doors, either on the driver or the passenger side, you have 4 points of entry here. You got 1, 2, 3, 4. So again, you guys have tons of entry points to enter in and out of that truck. Even when it comes to charging, we have 4 USB plugins and 2 110 plugins. So this one does have an inverter. Even with the passenger side, again, you still have that 4 point of entry as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. So again, everybody could go in and out safely, taking your time going in and out. Again, you have those 4 points of entry and exit, so you will be safe going in and out of this truck. So let's jump inside, kind of show you some of the features on the interior. So we always mention the engine, so today I didn't went into the engine, but I'll talk about it a little bit. We do have the Cummins 8.9 liter engine on this truck. It is powered with the Allison 6-speed automatic transmission. This unit will produce 360 horsepower and 1,150 foot-pounds of torque. One of the cool things about this truck too, I mean, with a GVWR of 19,500, this is capable of pulling some really cool toys, fifth wheels, camper trailers, boats. I've had horse trailers, people bought it. Again, this is just a cool truck, again, with the ride. And one of the cool features about this truck is you come in, you allow the truck to cycle through. Once you have air in your tanks, you're able to adjust your seats. And I'm just going up right now. Just imagine I was 6 feet tall with long legs, having the seat all the way up here. Right now, I could barely reach the pedals. So, you know, it does give you that height adjustability. And then in the middle here, we got this a way to adjust the seats front and back as well. On the left hand side, you can actually adjust the backrest if you want to take a break and kind of just rest for a minute. You have, you know, the adjustability on the backrest here. While you're driving, you got 2 armrests on either side, both for the driver and passenger. So when you're driving, you could drive in comfort. Another cool thing too, this one does come with a full engine brake. One of the cool things is you have a on switch, and then you have a high and low setting over here. So you have to turn on the engine brake. On some units, you will just find one switch that just says engine brake. And again, this will be the off position and up and down for high and low. But recently, we've seen a lot of trucks come in with that extra switch here to actually turn on that engine brake. Once you're done with that, you can turn it off. Right opposite here, we do have your Allison 6-speed automatic transmission. One of the cool things about this is with the transmission, if you press that plus and minus sign together, you will actually see what's going on with the transmission. So your oil temperature, your oil life, your filters, it gives you a lot of different options here for the truck. So even your transmission health is okay. And if there is any codes, the codes will show up here, and then you could call your local Freightliner dealership, call out your salesperson, will lead you to the right direction, where to go to, who to talk to. And with those codes, they could easily pull it up on the computer and let you know exactly what's going on. If you need to be towed somewhere, or if you know you could drive to a location or to a mechanic to get that fixed. This one does come with cruise control, so one of the cool features, you know, on your long trips, you could actually turn that on. You could set your cruise, and then you could just accelerate as needed. So it's a cool feature here. you could actually hear it, you know, accelerating right here. Once you're done, you could cancel, turn it off if not needed. Right next to it here, you got your marker light. Again, if somebody allow you to pass, you want to say thank you, you flash those lights. Right next to it here, we have your regen button, manual regen. The truck does it automatically, so you don't have to mess with this switch at all, so just let the truck do its stuff. Right next to it here, you got your traction control, you got your rear differential lock. How about a lot of customers that ask about those rear differential lock? It does come with that. One of the cool things too, we do install auto chains here. So if in case you ever need auto chains and you don't want to come out of your vehicle during any rough conditions, snow, mud, those auto chains will just release underneath the truck automatically with a switch, and it will just spin underneath those tires to allow you to get out of those tight spots. It gives you that upper hand, not having to come out of the vehicle and put chains to it. I know there's certain states that need you to have chains on your trucks. So again, you could always have those chains stored in one of those compartments just in case you pass through one of those states that require you to have chains on your tires. But again, all the chains does come in pretty handy. Right here, you got your power windows. So you have switches for your power windows, so the driver have access to all those switches. Another cool thing is each door has its own switch, so except the driver door, because he or she has full access to all 4 windows, but each door has its own private switch for their windows. Heated mirrors, I mentioned that earlier. Power locks, rear dump switch. So again, because of the height of the truck, if you want to not jack up your trailer too high, you could actually flip that switch back into your trailer, hook on to your trailer, then flip that switch again, and then it will allow you to actually hook up faster and not having to crank your jacks on your trailer too much, especially if you have those hand crank jacks. You know, it's very easy to have those. This one does come with a light test button. One of the cool things about that is if you're alone on a trip and you want to make sure all your lights work, you could actually come in here, flip that switch. It will have a countdown of 10 seconds. Once that is done, all lights outside will be flashing. It will actually tell you when it's ready to go out. When you go out, you could check all the lights on your trailer and your truck, make sure everything is in working condition before you hit the road. If in case you have a burn light out, you could actually mark it with a little piece of tape. So when you reach to a particular spot and there are lights you could purchase there, if it's just a bulb, or if you have to order a LED light, you know exactly where that dead light is, so you know which one to change at what time. Right next to it here, you have your optional switch. This is actually your switch for your cargo light in the back. There are 4 white lights in the center of that back end of the truck. You turn that switch on and it will turn those lights on. They're all LED and they're pretty bright. So 4 of those back there with that switch. When you're doing your light test button, those 4 white lights will not turn on. So remember, the only way it turns on is if you put the vehicle in reverse or if you turn on that optional switch. The light test button will not allow it to work, so don't be taping it and think it burned out. So I like to mention that over and over again. That's the 4 lights will not work because it's not attached to that test light button. You got 4 USB ports only for charging. Down here you got a casing over here that has a HDMI input and a USB. That will give you access to Apple and Android capability on your screen. So Apple and Android capability by hooking up to this USB port right here. Right next to it, we got a Red Arc trailer brake system, a nice little system that is very unique, very small, out of the way, not too bulky at all, very easy to access. There's a couple videos online from the makers of the Red Arc, and that kind of teach you how to use it. We do have literature here with all the paperwork we have with this vehicle that shows you exactly how to use it as well. So very easy to work, very easy to use. Your in-house or your front cab AC controls, we do have rear AC and heat. Blue light on will turn on the AC in the back, and the red will turn on the heat. Right next to it is a fan control, so it's a high, medium, and low. You'll hear the difference in the sound when you're actually switching through. So you will know exactly which one is high, medium, and low. This one is fully air brakes. So you do have your air brake supply right here, and also trailer air supply. With majority of our trucks coming in, or I would say 100% of our trucks, it does come pre-plumbed for a trailer air brake. So if in case you do have a trailer with air, you have that air supply already there. All we have to do is mount those glide hands. And in the previous video I did for a customer who added the glide hands, you guys could look at that red Freightliner I've recently done, and you could actually see how we mount those glide hands to the unit. So again, this is a brand new unit, only 829 miles, brand new to our lot. We just want to bring this to you guys here, kind of show you a little bit about what Summit Hauler is all about. Again, Summit Hauler is a conversion. You do have sport chassis that is different. You have Laredo, Western Hauler, and all the different conversions out there. So when you're differentiating the different conversions, look for the tagline on that truck, which you'll see stamps all over the truck with Summit Hauler, sport chassis, whatever. So, you know, I just don't want people to be confused. Not because the styles are the same, it's the same truck. There are different conversions. So again, thank you guys for tuning in today. I want to thank you guys for your business. Thank you guys for your comments. Thank you guys for your views, sharing those videos to your friends. And I've had a lot of calls all over the weekend, even on Memorial Day. People thought we were open and they were just asking about our Summit Haulers. So again, thank you guys for always watching our videos, always commenting, and of course your business as well. So hopefully this could be one of you guys' truck. Let us know. We got some really awesome financing, some that is unbeatable, like you could not find better financing anywhere else. But again, call us, let us know if you are interested, if you want to come down, test it out, bring your family, bring your friends. Is one of the ways you could actually make a firm decision on purchasing one of those or investing in one of those trucks. So let me know, and we will definitely work with you guys and give you guys a great truck to go home with. In the meantime, my information is at the bottom of the screen. Feel free to reach out, and of course, have yourself a wonderful week. Thank you very much.